not participate in the process of making that vote count. And that is what this election seems to be all about. And therefore, as I wrap up, what I'm presenting to you today is a synopsis, is a picture of what elections look like in Cameroon. In order to understand the times are different, you need to look at what reality is on the ground. And before I forget, I want to take this opportunity to really thank all the vibrant Cameroonians home and abroad who have lent their voice to this cause, who have taken up the mantle to speak up and to say something, who have decided that enough is enough. Whatever they face, they don't care. When you see people like Barrister Agbobala take on to endorse Issa Chiruma Bakari, there must be something. This is somebody that went to jail because he was part of a movement for the Anglophone lawyers in 2016, when you saw how they were beaten and trampled upon because they were defending the right to practice common law in the Anglophone region, not to have any form of legal system imposed on them. The civil law that is practiced on the other side of the Mungo, as they call it, there's nothing wrong with it, but the respect of the founding, the constitutional principles of having a two-system education, the Anglo-Saxon and the Francophone. The same thing with the legal system. Those are the pillars of what reunification was all about. In order but by watering that down and assimilating everybody to be part of that mold was wrong. Because guess what? Here we are, 6-7 years later, or more, 2016 to now. Look at what the country is. This is more than 2016 to now, almost 10 years. Look at what has happened. Look at what has happened. The country in that particular area, those regions, have been decimated. Was that necessary? No. So when you see people like Agbobala coming out and supporting Issa Chiruma Bakari, they may just be on the right side of history. And therefore, it's worthy of appreciation. When you see people like Rebecca Enoncho, a lot of respect for this woman. A very powerful voice. She is standing behind Issa Chiruma Bakari. Not to say you have to follow them, but it's to show you that when you see people like this, that have businesses, she's an entrepreneur. Forbes Africa, Forbes magazine labeled her, she is among the 50 top most influential women in Africa. Not Cameroon, Africa. You need to listen to some of these voices and understand that times have changed. Cameroon is no longer the same. So why are you afraid of taking up your democratic right to go and vote? You should remember something. For anybody that thinks that they are going to take power through violence or some kind of military coup, whatever, you're wrong. Violence is not the best way. Democratic process is to be respected. You need to go and vote. It's too late if you did not register to vote. What were you thinking? You must register so that when the time comes, at least you can decide if you want to vote or not, but at least have your voter's card. The register is out and it says that over 8 million Cameroonians have their voter's card. Congratulations and thank you for doing that. We appreciate you. But now, don't stop there. Go and vote. And as you vote, make sure you stay there to follow your vote. And as you follow your vote, make sure you are ready to defend it. Because I know you may be thinking, how can we defend it if it gets messy? Do we get messy? No, you have to remember something. when the force of change is coming, there is no law enforcement order. There's no law enforcement officer. There's nobody that will stand in your way. You will be shocked to see that the same military or the police force that you are scared of, or the gendarmerie, would give way. You know why? Because it's also for their good. It's the good of the country. They have children, they have family, they have relations. Everybody knows that if the country is functioning properly, where there is meritocracy, where there is some kind of hierarchy of values, everybody benefits. But when there's a small group of individuals that have access, that small group would always never have the interest of the masses. It's a fact everywhere in the world where there is some form of government that is short of democratic values. So you should listen to these people. The whole movement of MRC members are flocking behind Issa Chiroma Bakari. What are you waiting for? If you want to follow Cabral Libi, it's your choice. But the question is, you need to be sure that you are casting your ballot for the candidate that has the potential to make change. I know you may be saying, but I did say that I wasn't endorsing a candidate. Like I pointed in the beginning, when something is obvious, you don't need to endorse a candidate. You just need to tell people the facts. So I want people to vote. Vote for whoever you want to vote, but vote for that candidate and defend your vote. But I'm also telling you that there is a candidate that is standing head to head as a contrast to the existing. And it's but normal that if the job of every political party that is in opposition, if their job, if their mandate and their mission is to take power, is to be in office and to govern and to offer a better alternative, and you know that there are political parties right now that don't have the stamina because of the way they've been deploying themselves on the ground, then the obvious choice is clear before you. It's obvious. The choice is clear before you. I don't need to convince you. If you don't yet know who to vote, nobody needs to convince you. But the time is now and the time is ripe. Make the choice to go vote for the candidate that you believe will bring change. But the other thing I'm presenting to you is that don't waste your ballot. If you don't know the right candidate, make sure you choose the candidate who is the front runner of the opposition. That is all I'm saying. The time has come. Voting day is today. What are you waiting for? Cameroon cannot be the laughingstock of the world. This is an appeal that Cameroonians need to understand. Those in the diaspora, you need to support the motion. Tell your people, tell your friends, tell your relatives. They need to participate in the democratic process. The more you participate, the more you educate yourself, the more you understand the values. Change cannot come through violence or some kind of coup, whatever. No, forget about it. That is not necessary. If you do your civic duty, it's a guarantee. Talk about the international community. The international community cannot join forces to defend something you are not capable to defend right before your doorstep. You need to understand that. If you want to vote for the CPDM, go and vote for the CPDM. But don't complain that there are no roads, the electricity, they say Eneo is taking away power when you want to watch a football game. Don't complain. Because every day, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, it's littered with complaints from Cameroonians. Every time complain. Why are you complaining? If you love the status quo, go vote for the status quo. But if you want change, then you have to look in the right direction. And nothing can convince somebody who has made up their mind to support the existing status quo. Of course, the same way, don't have bad words for people who have chosen to work for change. It's a fair game. There is a full-on show that's going to come on. And in that show, we will talk a lot about the steps on how this election would go down and to present it to you with just the facts. And there are guests that are coming on. Stay connected and stay tuned and follow the process. But this video was important to alert you that whatever you're waiting for, don't wait for it. Get out there to go vote. There's a lot more we will tell you when the show comes on. But for now, this is the message. Go and vote first and start to follow your vote. And if you don't know who to vote, look at the momentum that Issa Chiroma Bakare has. Look at what he stands for. Look at his platform and understand something. He may not be the Messiah, but he may be John the Baptist in the wilderness. Think about it. Because there is more elections to come in Cameroon. But this one is going to be the beginning and the game changer. Issa Chiroma is not a saint. From what he has done in the past, it's clear that he is not a saint. But one thing is for sure. He has the temerity and the guts to face the system that you have been so afraid for so many years. And if that system needs to be changed so that Cameroon can elevate itself in the ranks of nations of value and stature, then it is what it is right now. And we want to also thank those that have served in Cameroon with all their heart. Not everybody in the existing government or CPDM is messy or bad. No, nobody is saying that. There are people that are genuinely working for Cameroon every single day. They may wear uniforms. They may be working in any walk of life. Those people, they merit to reap the benefits, the fruits of their labor when they go on retirement, when they are old. And it starts by acknowledging that they exist. Because even if Issa Chiroma wins, he should be able to work with all Cameroonians, and he will do that. Because Cameroonians would continue to protect the power that they've taken back. So if they can be able to win, they would also be able to protect the power. And I think that would put Issa Chiroma on guard. And he, Mr. Chiroma, will be able to stay on the sidelines and continue to help the people to their Messiah. Because there's going to be another elections, for sure, if Issa Chiroma wins. Because he has said he knows it's a transitional government. And that is something that I believe. If he stands for all of these things, then why not give him a chance? What do you stand to lose? That's all. But again, thank you so much for staying here up until the end, and stay tuned for the show that's coming up. This was just meant to give you the foundation for you to step out there and go cast your ballot. Don't stay at home. The time is now. Thank you and take care.